Imagine being around trustworthy individuals who make you uncomfortable. How about I show you 9 categories of people who don't deserve your trust and respect, despite appearances? This revelation could change your relationships. A wise man once remarked, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation, and just 5 minutes to ruin it." Trust is the foundation of all relationships, tying us to friends, family, and acquaintances. What if this faith is misplaced? Today's journey through Stoicism will reveal 9 categories of people that may not be trustworthy. You should be selective about who you let into your inner circle, not judgmental. Let's navigate these hazardous waters and learn how to protect our trust and peace of mind. 1. Manipulator. The manipulator is our first subject. They master deception with their web of lies and emotional manipulation. They appear kind, but they are calculating and exploit others. Their mastery of subtle manipulation makes it a dangerous game of shadows. You spot them how? Find discrepancies in their stories and conduct. They may make grand promises, but provide nothing. Their actions often contradict their statements. Listen to how manipulators talk about others. They often criticize people not there, an indication of how they might talk about you. To obtain sympathy and control, they may guilt trip, gaslight, or play the victim. They are skilled at manipulating facts and situations, making you doubt their veracity. Trust is precious, and manipulators put it at risk. Their influence exceeds disappointment. Prolonged exposure to such people might cause mental anguish. You must trust your intuition. Manipulative behavior may cause you to feel exhausted, unappreciated, or bewildered following exchanges. Establishing limits with manipulators is crucial. Know what's acceptable and unacceptable in your encounters. Say no and probe contradictions. Maintain emotional distance too. Avoid revealing personal information or relying on them for emotional support while being polite. If the manipulation is threatening your health, it may be better to terminate connections. It's hard, especially if the manipulator is a loved one, but mental health is paramount. Stoicism emphasizes discernment and emotional resilience. Stoics accept reality as it is, not as we wish. Accepting that someone is manipulative helps us make relationship decisions. Moving away from manipulators opens us to more authentic and healthy relationships where trust is offered and received with integrity. Next week, we'll explore the second sort of person, using wisdom and understanding to navigate human relationships. 2. Constant criticism. Let's look at the perpetual critic, the second type of person to avoid. These folks appear to always find fault in others. Sharp comments and relentless criticism characterize them. They scrutinize your choices, dreams, and even petty concerns. The causes of perpetual critics' negativity are more worrisome. Their criticism often focuses on their vulnerabilities rather than the subject. They may transfer their anxieties, design ointments, or self-doubt onto others. How do you handle such people? We must first distinguish between constructive criticism, which helps, and destructive criticism, which degrades. Pay attention to what they say and why. If their critique is regularly unfounded and negative, stay away. Dealing with perpetual critics is exhausting. Like pouring positivity into a cup with a hole at the bottom. It never seems enough. Stoicism teaches us to control what we can. You can't control what others say, but you can react. Setting limits is crucial. Politely but firmly state that you accept helpful input, but not unjustified negativity. If they keep acting up, minimize your contact. Your mental health and self-esteem are too important to lose to continual criticism. The perpetual critic teaches self-respect and resilience. Avoid internalizing their negativity to maintain your peace. Let's be wise enough to know what criticism to take seriously and what to ignore as we explore. The fair weather friend. As we explore, we meet the third sort, the fair weather friend. These people are great while things are going smoothly, but they disappear when a storm hits. Their friendship is like a leaf in the wind, present on good days, but absent on bad. The fair weather friend's warmth and friendliness make you feel connected. Their devotion, like their presence, is temporary. They share in joy, celebrations, and good times. They disappear when you need help, understanding, or a listener. Identifying a fair weather friend is difficult, especially in good times. However, watch how they react when you discuss your issues or ask for help. Do they change the subject, apologize, or withdraw till the skies clear? Their fair weather demeanor shows. Approaching such people takes openness and prudence. You can enjoy their company, but don't rely on them for emotional support or share your deepest insecurities. Stoicism emphasizes inner strength and resilience. Too much reliance on fair weather pals can leave you unprepared for life's storms. So enjoy your time with them and establish a support system of unconditional supporters. These buddies earn your trust and respect and will stick by you through thick and thin. After the fair weather friend, we prepare to meet the fourth type of person. We learn something about ourselves and the world from everyone we meet on this route. Stay with us as we explore these fascinating revelations. 4. Rumormonger. Next, we look at the fourth type of person to avoid. Gossipers. This person loves gossip and spreads untrue stories. Their chats are a maze of he said, she said, with unconfirmed and irrelevant facts about others' lives. Gossipers often appear well-informed or in the loop, yet their chattering generally emanates from deeper difficulties. It may be a craving for attention, a desire to feel superior, or an attempt to deflect attention from themselves. Two risks exist while dealing with gossipers. It starts with unsubstantiated, potentially dangerous stories. Second, and perhaps more importantly, it sets a standard for your storytelling. As the saying goes, if they gossip to you, they will gossip about you. Handle a gossiper. Try not to stoke their fire. Avoid gossipy conversations and be careful what you divulge. Stoics avoid gossip by either changing the subject or politely apologizing. Stoicism encourages us to focus on our acts and virtues rather than gossiping about others. We maintain our integrity and mental serenity with this practice. Let us leave the gossip monger behind and move forward with the insight to have talks that improve our lives and others. 5. Narcissist. Our fifth stop is the narcissist whose universe revolves around them. Narcissists appear charming and charismatic, effortlessly attracting people. Their charm hides their self-centeredness and lack of empathy. Narcissists use relationships to build their ego and meet their demands. One-sided relationships and little consideration for others' feelings and well-being are common. You may consistently show support and admiration, but receive little in return. How do you spot narcissists? Narcissists are good at portraying themselves positively, making them hard to spot. When challenged to express empathy or participate in a give-and-take relationship, their persona breaks. Their indifference to others and desire to talk about themselves are clear symptoms. How do you handle narcissists? Dealing with narcissists demands self-confidence and boundaries. Recognize that their behavior reflects their character, not your merit. Expecting mutual respect and understanding from them typically leads to disappointment. Stoic philosophy emphasizes morality and not letting external events upset our inner tranquility. This is especially true with narcissists. Maintaining emotional distance and not taking their acts personally protects our mental and emotional health. We acquire resilience and understanding of human nature as we progress beyond narcissism. The next chapter will explore another personality type that may be silently affecting your life. 6. Flatterer. Flatterers are the sixth type to avoid. This individual is skilled at complimenting others, but they frequently have a hidden agenda. Flatterers utilize admiration to seek favor or control situations. Receiving such glowing praise may initially feel fantastic. However, you must determine if their remarks are sincere or just a pretext. Flatterers typically overdo their compliments, making it sound false or overdone. Beware of flatterers. The biggest risk is falling into their charm. Their praise may cause you to ignore their imperfections or make sacrifices you wouldn't ordinarily make. How to handle flatterers. To handle flatterers, be skeptical. Appreciate their compliments, but be skeptical. Watch their actions. They typically disclose their genuine intentions. If you see fake flattery used to influence or get favors, reconsider the connection. Stoicism emphasizes honesty and sincerity over superficial praise. Stoics advise us to value ourselves internally rather than externally. We maintain independence and self-respect by not seeking others' admiration, especially flattery. After discussing the flatterer, we'll tackle the seventh personality type. We learn about human behavior and trust and respect from each person we study. 7. Victim. The seventh personality is victim. This person always feels surrounded by tragedy and at the mercy of others. They play the underdog, believing life, people, and situations have wronged them. Although empathy for others in terrible situations is crucial, the victim often identifies with this character. It's used to gain sympathy or avoid responsibilities. Victim management challenge. Their inability to accept responsibility for their problems is the fundamental issue. Habitual victims blame others for their issues. Their narrative is filled with complaints and grievances, making it emotionally taxing to talk to them. Identifying habitual victims. This type is identified by their tendency to blame others and externalize their problems. They rarely take action, instead dwelling on their perceived helplessness. Handling victims. Compassion and self-preservation must be balanced when helping victims. Support and counsel are good, but don't get caught up in their criticism. Encourage them to accept responsibility and find answers rather than lamenting their fate. Stoicism emphasizes our control over our actions, responses, and judgments. This is especially important when dealing with victims. We can advise and help, but they must take charge. We move on from the victim knowing that compassion is a virtue, but requires prudence. Maintaining mental wellness requires knowing when to help and when to stand aside. 8. Envious. Part 8 examines the envious, who silently resents others' prosperity. They may appear supportive, yet they struggle with envy and inadequacy. Often disguised as kindness or admiration, envy is a sneaky emotion. Envious people may backhanded compliment, belittle your successes, or be passive-aggressive. They may try to emulate your accomplishments to establish their superiority, not out of inspiration. Recognizing envy. Envy typically lies underneath niceties, making it hard to spot. Watch how they react to your triumphs. They say congratulations, but is there usually a hint of criticism? Do they often compare their accomplishments to yours? How to handle envious. Dealing with envious people takes tact and self-worth. Do not let their jealousy depress your achievements or spirit. Share your triumphs with certain people, but not everyone. It's natural to want to tell an envious person good news, but be careful. Stoic philosophy advises us to follow our own path and ignore others' unpleasant emotions. Envy reflects the other person's inner anguish, not your worth. Understanding this helps you avoid internalizing their negativity and retain emotional resilience. After discussing the envious, we go on to the fourth sort of person, one who challenges us to develop empathy and understanding while maintaining our principles. 9. Judgmental. We confront the judge in the final phase of our voyage. This kind judges people quickly and harshly. They often have narrow worldviews and are intolerant of others. Judgmental people label, criticize, and dismiss others without understanding their perspectives. Critics may feel morally or intellectually superior and believe their approach is the only way. Unfortunately, such severe judgments can harm relationships and society. Identifying judgmental, look for rigidity, and a refusal to consider other perspectives. Judging people like to push their beliefs rather than have real conversations. How to handle judgment. Communicating with judgmental people entails staying true to yourself and not being persuaded by their narrowness. Stick to your guns, but avoid pointless arguments. Instead, recognize their opinions without internalizing them. Separating yourself and agreeing to disagree helps keep you calm. Stoic philosophy teaches us reason, empathy, and understanding to form our character and judgments. Open-mindedness and value for varied opinions are promoted. This method lets us interact with judgmental people without being influenced by their rigidity. Our final thought. As we complete our series on the 9 sorts of people that may not deserve your trust and respect, remember that we are not judging. Instead, it's about knowledge and informed choices about who we let into our lives. We learned about human nature and the need of choosing associations from each personality type. Being with positive, encouraging, and open-minded people boosts happiness and well-being. Stoicism encourages emotional resilience, true understanding, and deep self and other knowledge. May we use these lessons to establish deeper, more meaningful relationships that improve our lives and those around us. Thank you for your insightful trip through human relationships complexities. If you found these insights helpful, please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your insights enhance our understanding and foster wisdom and growth. Subscribe for more philosophy, psychology, and personal development content. Stay thoughtful, curious, and most importantly, committed to self-improvement and understanding.